Hi. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to TMI Tuesday, the show that's all about oversharing. I'm your host, Sean Hagenow, aka RitzPlays on the internet place, and this show is where I talk about a bunch of stuff that kind of just sticks in my head, and I'm like, I should talk a bunch about this one thing that nobody cares about. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of December, and we're going to be talking about music, concerts, and how I got involved with the music industry. But it's probably just going to end up being all about Hope For A.M, which you guys are like, what the hell is that? And I will tell you. If you guys don't know anything about me, my genre of choice is pop punk, and kind of post-hardcore. But really, pop punk is what got me interested in music, besides like the Linkin Park stuff that everyone listened to back in the day. I'm talking like Simple Plan, Good Charlotte, New Found Glory, like this is the stuff that when I was like 8 or 9, I was really getting into that my sister was listening to, and then I just kind of took a little step back and went on the back burner. So it was 2007, and my best friend Quinn decided to drag me along with his brother's fiance, off to see Warped Tour 2007 to go see some of her favorite bands. The Audition was there, Real Big Fish, Mayday Parade. They were horrible live that year, I'm not gonna lie. I digress. One of the main reasons I went to Warped Tour in 2007 was to go see a band called The Audition, and they had this song called You've Made Us Conscious, which is one of my favorite songs that really got me into pop punk as, I guess, a young adult. It was around the same time that I first heard Coffee Shop Soundtrack by All Time Low, and The Audition was playing the San Francisco date of Warped Tour, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with you, Quinn, thanks. So we went and showed up, and The Audition was supposed to play at like 3 or something, and I went there at 2 because I'm dumb. And this little pop punk band showed up and started playing some songs, and they were called Hope For A.M. Hope For A Morning, Hope For A Miracle, Hope For A Motherfucker. I have no clue what the actual name AM stands for, to this day. But that's okay. But I went and showed up, and they're playing some really catchy songs, and I was like, you know what? I like these guys. And so I wrote them down on a little slip of paper that is somewhere in this room somewhere. I need to find it, along with the other bands that I went and saw. And I was like, I'm going to look them up on MySpace. Yes, MySpace. That dates me. This is 2007. This is right when MySpace was starting to take a tumble. I think it wasn't until 2009, 2010 that's like, who the hell uses MySpace anymore? But I went onto MySpace and sent the band a message on MySpace, because you could do that back in the day. I was like, hey, I really enjoyed your show in San Francisco. I'm actually a songwriter myself. I'm writing lyrics. Just thought I'd say, hey, what's up? Something like super awkward like that. So I didn't really think anything of it at the time until Cliff, the lead singer, sent me a message back and was like, hey, man. And we just started talking, just started messaging. After about 6 months of conversing, Cliff mentioned there was going to be a concert up in the Bay Area and wanted to know if I was going to show up. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. And I had my mom drive me, because I wasn't old enough to drive yet, up to the concert, and I met the band, like, in person, and it was really cool. Kind of surreal to be like, okay, weird. So we hung out, and I was super awkward and kind of just quiet and standing there and just not really knowing what to say. And I met the lead singer, Cliff's girlfriend, Jenna, who Jenna to this day is still one of my best friends. And she was just super cool, and she's a few years older than me, but just really down to earth and nice. And we just started talking and hanging out and just being, you know, dumb little pop punk nerds as we were. And that started this weird little friendship that happened. Over the next year or so, I started going to more shows of theirs, started hanging out, having a good time, getting to know them better and better. Cliff started sending me lyrics, and I started like coming back with, you should do this one instead of this one. And just stuff like that I thought was really cool. And eventually Cliff offered me to run their street team MySpace page. Yes, still dating me. Where I basically would try to like get a bunch of people on a mailing list and get their information and see like what they could do to help promote the band, because that's what we did back in the day, instead of just like, I'm gonna buy an ad on YouTube so it shows off to every single person that's watching videos, hey, here's my band, come look at us, I'm gonna shove it down your throat. So I started running the street team, and then was just coming up with more ideas to help promote them, and MySpace is starting to take a tumble at this point. And I basically was then labeled their promotional manager, which was really cool. And so I just started coming up with some other stuff. I didn't work like hand in hand with their manager, but I just worked with the band specifically on like stuff that would be cool to do, stuff like start making acoustic videos. I started making videos and putting them up for their live performances. So by the time summer of 2009 rolls around, I am pretty well, I guess, into the band and kind of just helping them out, going to all the shows, driving up every weekend or every other weekend. And there's this big event called Battle of the Bands. Basically the greater San Jose Bay Area. Yes. And it was put on by some little company. I can't remember what it was called anymore, man. It's been a while. But it was this big Battle of the Bands, and it was like 30 or so bands would show up, and they'd have like 6 bands play, and then you'd vote and whatever. And so I went with my buddy Quinn, and I think my buddy Nick from high school, and we all went up and showed up to the Battle of the Bands. Hope For A.M won their first round pretty easily. The second round was super close, and then there was this weird break where like we didn't hear anything about the finals, had to be rescheduled. I think the finals finally happened like somewhere around the early part of my senior year of high school, probably like August, September. So we show up to this big Battle of the Bands, and Hope For A.M's like the only pop-ish band. There's like 2 metal, deathcore, something bands that are a little more hardcore than my taste, than even now. Like Pig Squeals, that kind of stuff. And so my friend, so Jenna, myself, and I think it's Jenna's parents and sister, and I think Quinn and Nick, one of them was there. I think maybe both of them were there. I don't even remember anymore. I'd have to go find the photos. So we're all there hanging out. We're playing this game called Jackass. That's some party card game. And we start just smelling something that smells really gross, and we just can't figure it out. We're like, oh, like what? Like, none of us. And we just keep looking around, and all of a sudden, we see it, and it's a rotting pig head, just chilling on one of the other tables there. Like a real rotting pig head. And we're like, oh, it's one of, oh, okay, cool. So all of us start freaking out a little bit and like, I don't know if this is like where we want to be. Hope For A.M plays, a little bit of a crowd. This other band plays, a little bit of a crowd. I think it was like Cyanic or something. I don't know. But they finally announced the winners after like 2 hours of tallying votes and stuff. And, you know, the band and like myself and our friends were kind of sitting there like, oh man, I really hope, you know, this works and we win. And they announced the winner, and Hope For A.M won. They won like a $5,000 prize. Or maybe it was $10,000. It was, dude, I can't remember the details because it's been so many years. But it was like the most excited I've been in a while. And we're like, holy shit, we won! What? And so they go up and, you know, get the big old fat check. Okay, I just checked. It was $10,000. I don't remember which other friend was there with me. It was either Quinn or Nick. I'm pretty sure one of them was there. And Hope For A.M won $10,000. And we're freaking out. And all of the fans and that other band, Cyanic, start getting really fucking crazy. Like, this is the band that had the rotting pig head. And they're upset because they lost. And it was really close. It was like 10 votes or something crazy. And like this one mom apparently was buying votes and still didn't win. It was just this huge, weird upset. So we're like, oh, we need to leave. Like, really soon before a riot starts. Because there's bands, fans that are super upset some pop punk band won. So the cops show up. Did I say this normally? No. So the cops show up. There we go. So the cops come and like start pushing people back and like escorting us out the door. And are like, you guys need to leave ASAP. And so we all go. I hop in my car and I'm just like, what is this nonsense? What? What? From the time they won the Battle of the Bands until their last tour, a lot of crazy stuff happened. Hope For A.M went through a couple band member changes. A couple of the original members left and some new guys took the place, including my buddy James Gutman, who's the lead dude behind High Society. Using the money they won from Battle of the Bands, HFAM, as we call Hope For A.M, went and recorded their new EP and let myself and my buddy Quinn drive up, skip school, the day before senior skip day. We drive up and go join them for a day while they're recording their EP, and it was really freaking cool to sit there in the studio while they're doing vocals and just, you know, kind of listening to the demos and stuff. It was rad. That's one of those experiences that I will never forget. Playing some freaking Red Dead Revolver on an Xbox, like, just the weirdest stuff that's just like, that was something we did, and that was really cool. A few weeks later, the EP finally comes out, and they're on Warped Tour for a few dates. I think it's like 4 or 5 dates they were able to go on. And then they were going to try to follow the rest of the tour throughout, you know, the US and try to meet new fans and stuff. And my buddy Quinn and I are like, yes, we're going to both of those shows. and we're gonna help sell merch, which is what we've been doing for most of the other shows and helping out. We drive from Monterey, where we're from, up to Mountain View for the first show. We go hang out. I'm helping out with the manager of the band, run into the guys from 4 Years Strong, and completely starstruck, and I'm like, hey, well, hi, because we're in the backstage area, like, getting stuff and merch and moving stuff, and which is like, you're one of my favorite bands, holy crap, this is weird. Run away. Things wrap up at around 8 o'clock. We decided to then drive all the way down to Valencia, or Ventura, one of the two, it's been a while, and go to the next date of Warped Tour with them, and help sell merch and do stuff there. That was really cool, hanging out with the band, selling merch, meeting people in the whole new area, like an area I'd never really been to before. So Quinn and I leave and stay at my mom's mother's cousin's place? I think it was weird. We crashed the night there, then drive down to LA, pick up our friend at LAX, and then go to Catalina Island for the rest of the summer, hanging out, have a good time, do whatever you do if your senior year of high school's over and you have nothing better to do. And the band was supposed to keep going, go to the, I think there was an LA show for Warped Tour they were supposed to go to, and then they were supposed to go to a couple other shows, and then start driving around the country, but the van broke down. They got the van fixed, and drove a couple miles, and the next day the van broke down again. And then the guitarist left. And then Warped Tour was over. They never got to go very far. They really didn't make it to any of the other dates. That was it for Hope For A.M. Shortly after, the rest of the dudes broke up and disbanded. And that chapter in my life closed. I haven't talked to a bunch of the guys in the band probably since 2010. I still talk to James, who was the drummer, Cliff, the singer, and Jenna, Cliff's girlfriend. James, as you know, is the lead dude behind High Society, which was originally an electronic rock group that spread into him just making dubstep remixes and just dubstep songs and some other cool remix stuff. Went to a couple shows for him, sold merch, hung out, but I got a job and it was just hard to work with that, and he kind of swung away from the rock lifestyle and kind of just music production instead. Jenna is now an author. Her first book is coming out soon. It's called Eve: The Awakening. I was one of the proofreaders for it. So every week or so, she'd send me a new chapter. I'd read it, give her feedback, and change stuff. I'm apparently gonna have a character in the second book. Kind of cool. And she's self-publishing. It'll be coming out soon. I'll let you guys know. I'll give you her information down below. And then I want to say it was about a year ago that Cliff fell off the roof. Fell 2 stories and broke his back. And it has been a long, arduous process. And unfortunately, I haven't even been able to go see him since it happened. But he's been recovering, starting to be able to walk, and on crutches for a while, and was in a wheelchair for a while, and on crutches, and done lots of physical therapy. And Jenna has been with him the whole time, being just such a sweetheart, help him out. Yeah, they need to get married already. You fuckers are watching this. I've known you guys since 2007. Get married already, come on. Like, come on. Cliff's doing better. Jenna and James are doing well. I would love to talk and see them again sometime soon, but it's a little hard. Even though we live in the Bay Area, everyone's busy. It's weird being an adult. You don't just like, hey, I have weekends off. You guys are doing your band thing. Let's go hang out. It's like, oh, we're working, or physical therapy, or traveling, and it's kind of weird being an adult. You don't really have the freedoms you did as a kid to just be like, hey, let's go hang out, do stuff. Love to, don't. I don't really know if there's a moral of this TMI Tuesday. If there is, I guess it would be just find things that you love and just follow it for however long it takes you. And regardless if it goes on, they go on to be a big band or not, it's stuff that shaped you as a person. And that's pretty cool. That I was with a band when they won $10,000 and I was a promotional manager. Through them, I met other bands like these dudes. That's a story for another time. Thank you guys for watching TMI Tuesday. As always, guys, my name is Ritz. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you liked what you saw, you can hit that like button and comment with whatever's on your mind. If you want to see more, you can hit that subscribe button or check out the 2 videos down below to see what else is going on, what else I'm doing, all that stuff. If you don't really want to do any of that, I have a creeper friend here. He's got a bow tie on. Kind of a badass, and you might want to listen to him. He's a little bit testy, and